Hello guys, welcome back to Scotty Senior's Adventures in Top Split Part 2. This was our second time dipping our toes in. You could forgive us for getting excited after High Good Goodwood went for us. That's a bit of a tongue twister, High Good Goodwood went for us. But yeah, we've turned up at Monza. And again, we'll go through the grid walk as there's a whole stream of fast guys here in Deadmire. Mr. Tisney in the house. Where did we qualify? I think that's us in the background. Young JJ made us a quick livery for this one. But yes, we were hoping that we would have got lucky here at Monza. You know, Monza, like, there we are, 11th place. It was a pretty good qualifying for us, I think. And we flipped the coin. This was the last race of the day. We had dipped our toes into the race before this as well, and we ended up having to bail out of the first corner, not on the first lap, after a few laps, but we mistimed our braking, and rather than take people out, we took ourselves out and ruined that race. But we thought to ourselves whenever we got on into the next one, and it was a top split race, that it was meant to be. So let's get the replay stuff all up and ready to go. Let's go on board for the start of this one. We know what it's like at Monza. You can flip a coin. We were hoping that we would have flipped that coin and survived, although it's easier said than done. But it was definitely another good opportunity for us to get a good result in a top split. And they all gave it a wee shake, and we decided to copy them. We never usually go for the shake of the arse. We always go for breaking nice and early. And you can see here Mr. Rodavinto launching a wild one up the inside. We'll go back and have another quick look at that from on board Rod. Very similar to what I done, mistiming brakes in the race before, but right there for me, Rod has to turn hard right. He has to save the other guys rather than save himself. One more look at it. I think that was a wee bit. If that's me, I turn hard right now. I turn hard right and get reset. So slightly poor driving there from Mr. Vanto or Rod. For myself, as I say, I would have bailed out of that one if that was me. Let's go back on board now with ourselves if we can. There we are. So there we go, one more time around that. And you see that guy wasn't too pleased either. He's squeezed him out. But already, even if he had made that move, the slipstream is now gone. Coming to the top 9. And we find ourselves in a tricky situation here. We wanted to get back in. We have no interest in going for a lunge here. And this guy has a bit of lag, and it just catches us out. It almost makes us try to follow him, and we get tagged at the back. Our own fault, really, that we were tagged at the back, because we followed this TX3 guy, and it ended up we were very, very slow on our apex. And if we jump behind on the Mr. Catfish, it was Mr. Catfish who tagged us in the back. No harm done, really. A small tap, and then we drop our wheel and we basically lose it ourselves. And you can see what happens to Mr. Catfish. A 5-second penalty, and that 5-second penalty was not even for that first tap that pushed us out ever so slightly. It was for the second contact that he had with us whenever we had already crashed. He was a passenger there basically. There was nothing he could do to avoid us. So Mr. Catfish as well, having a nightmare of a start to this one. Once again, back on board with us after the disaster happens. We usually make a fool of ourselves whenever we crash, because we usually crash an hour 2 or 3 times just trying to get back on the bloody track. Thankfully this time that was a pretty neat recovery, although the car does not want to turn now. A big set of dirty tyres, and there's going to be quite a lot of skipping in this one, folks, because as I say, we flipped that coin and hoped that we were going to survive and other people would have got into it, but we're now just lonely at the back on our own, so we shall skip forward. Lap 3 would caught up to the back end of the series group here, but again it's top split. There's no slow guys in these lobbies whatsoever. If you find yourself at the back of the race, it can quite easily just be a race all on your own. But at least we've managed to pull ourselves back up into the slipstream, right on the back of McBay at the moment. Is that a possible run? It is indeed. And there's a penalty. Oh, that was ever so unlucky for us. We got pinned in there with nowhere to go. We had to back out of that one. Still there, but and he's not too pleased. He's picked up a half-second penalty. Must have had a small contact there with a C-fix guy. Oh dear, that was awful from ourselves, and we've picked up a 1-second penalty for that as well. He was on the brakes early, but no excuse. We are the guy driving behind. It's up to us to try to read that situation. So there was the second penalty picked up, which was no doubt going to hurt us. Into the chicane again on lap 5. One make races, all in the Veyron. As we make our way around to serve a 1-second penalty. And there we are on our own again. And there's Mr. Nisman in front of us. Let's go on board with Nisman. Go back and see what happened again. On board with Nisman here, as an incident also about to happen to Mr. Nisman. Punted in the back. Let's have a skip back. And I wonder who did that. Oh, look who's behind him. It's Mr. Rod, the guy who poorly judged the first corner and chose to save himself by using others. And again, he was trying to get out of the way. You seen that he was trying to turn, but just again, too close and too eager. There's another 2 guys in front of Nisman. He should have been expecting the other 2 guys there to, or he should have been expecting Mr. Nisman to have to lift off early and brake early. So he's ruined Mr. Nisman's race there as well. A poor one all round here, I feel, for Mr. Rod. A couple of wee mistakes, which hasn't really affected his own race, but other people have been affected. As we go back to ourselves now, and after being lonely the whole race, we've now got Mr. Nisman, the top lobby guy, very fast in front of us. We would absolutely love to say hello to Mr. Nisman after having a very lonely race in this one, all by ourselves for virtually the entire race. But a top lobby star in front of us. Can we even get any side-by-side action just to say hello and introduce yourselves to another very fast guy? You see, we're coming in here. The second chicane. Oh, Nisman drops a bit of a wheel. Could we say hello? We can't say hello. There's some side-to-side action. Hello, Mr. Nisman, I believe we shouted. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. You haul ass, you're very fast. Notice how clean I am. I'm almost sure we shouted that out the window as well. Do you see how clean it was there? I'm a gentleman. We'll leave you a shitload of room. Do you mind? We'll say yet again. Can we pull up beside you and say hello one more time? And introduce yourselves yet again. Hello, we were waving at him and all there, giving him the thumbs up. And another wee introduction with a fast guy. It's always nice. And hopefully Mr. Nisman, very disappointed no doubt in this result as well for himself. His race was ruined. But we've introduced ourselves to him and it was a nice introduction. There was no contact, side by side, and hopefully he thought to himself, oh, Scotty's nice and clean. No wild, crazy lunges. The last lap, could we possibly say hello to Mr. Nisman again? Would love to. I'm sure he was thinking to himself, what is this guy yelling and screaming at out the window? He might not have been able to hear what I was yelling because of the engine noise. But yes, we were just yelling a big hello. Nice to meet you. You're very fast. Can we get a Norway nose and any more side-by-side action going with him? And there again, we're threatening it, but we'll let him know. No, we're not going to do anything wild and crazy. So, all good at the moment. Hopefully we don't take him out in the last corner. And this was a very welcomed wee bit of company for me during this race. As I say, we were very excited coming into this race after our first effort in top split at Goodwood. Everything went perfect for us at Goodwood, and we kind of hoped that we would have got a bit lucky again with all the deaths in this one. As it stands, we just drove about on our own. Very unlucky until the last couple of laps when we got to say hello to Mr. Nisman, and yet again are we going to say a big hello in the final corner. And yes, hello, nice to see you again. I'm Scotty Senior, we said. Notice how we leave you a shitload of space, sir, because we're clean. And hopefully he'll remember that about us, if nothing else. And there we go, there was nothing to scream and shout about in this one, guys. A huge low after the high of Goodwood.